Hey guys, it's Dr. A. Thanks for stopping by my blog today. Flies out here, good lord. Anyway, today I want to talk to you about figuring out whose problem is it. You know, oftentimes in the workplace, you get involved in things and they're not your problem, and it leads to conflict. So I just want to give you a few quick tips today on figuring out who owns the problem and why you should be concerned about that, because you don't want to keep taking on stuff that doesn't belong to you. Now, there are four categories of people who own problems. The first category is I own the problem. When I own the problem, it is my responsibility to find a solution for the problem. Now, that might mean that I get other people involved and get their opinion, but ultimately, I don't put the problem on someone else because it's my problem. So I have a problem. I am obligated to solve my problem. The second category is we. We have a problem. When we have a problem, then we need to solve the problem. We having a problem means that there are other people involved. For instance, perhaps you have a difficulty with a coworker who is not holding up their end of the bargain when it comes to getting the work done. It's your problem and her problem. That's a we problem. So I can't solve that problem by myself. We have to solve that problem. I have to go to Monica and talk to Monica and come up with a solution that is we oriented. The third area, if you will, of people who own problems are they. When they have a problem, I don't have a problem, we don't have a problem, they have the problem. And when they have the problem, it's their responsibility to come up with a solution to the problem. Their problem oftentimes looks like this in the workplace. Sometimes you might have management that they have a problem dealing with deadlines and things like that with upper level management. That's their problem. And when they have a problem, we have to be careful that we don't take on their problem. And in fact, let me even make it, give you an example a little bit closer to home. Let's say that you have a friend and she's going through a difficult time in her life, right? Now, she calls you and you are empathetic, you want to help her, but remember, that's her problem. So you can't take on her problem. You can't own her stuff, because if you do, you put yourself right in the middle of something that really is none of your business. I'm not saying that you don't listen to your friend. I am saying don't own their problem, because it's their problem and not your problem. And the final quadrant or section, I don't know how I want to put this, and I teach this in my seminars, in my anger management and conflict resolution seminars, so you ought to come check it out, because we have a great time. The fourth section, though, is there is no problem. When there is no problem, don't try to create one. Here's a perfect example. If you've been watching my videos, if you've been coming to my blog, you know that I am America and I run on Dunkin's. You know I love Dunkin' Donuts, right? If you like Starbucks, there's no problem. If we live in the same household or work in the same area, we work in the same office, and you buy Starbucks, I don't have a problem. I just need to go get some Dunkin's because that's what I like. So there is no problem. And oftentimes in the workplace and in our lives, we will try to create problems, or we will inadvertently create problems where there are no problems. So this is Dr. A reminding you, let me give you those again. 4 areas. I have a problem. If I have a problem, I have to solve it. We have a problem. If we have a problem, we need to solve it. They have a problem. If they have a problem, they need to solve it. And finally, there are times when there simply is no problem. So I hope this helped you today as we talk about some conflict resolution strategies. Remember that we all have gaps. You know what I like to say, and we all need to close those gaps. Maybe you have an income gap. Maybe you have an employment gap. Maybe you have a relationship gap. Whatever gap that is, I encourage you to take the time to examine that gap and figure out a way to close it. Click on the link below if you'd like some information about what I'm doing in my Empower Network blogging community. Make sure you grab my book over there if you know someone who's looking for a job, Interview Skills, How to Get Hired Now. Or just leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the blog. Let me know what you think about what we've talked about today. So this is Dr. A. I'll see you tomorrow. And you make sure that you close your gaps. Love you, my sister.